Tax day is coming, and for many, it's a day filled with stress and uncertainty. But what if tax day could be a day of celebration instead? What if in retirement you could keep more of your hard-earned money and actually look forward to tax season? Joining us to discuss how to make that a reality are Laurel and Taylor Steward, part of the team from Mattson Financial Services, our expert and sponsor. And so, Laurel and Taylor, tax day is usually not something that people celebrate, but you say in retirement, it can be?
Yeah.
How is that?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
Yeah. Taking control of your plan, right? And properly planning to save that money now, so we're getting future tax-free growth. We're not going to be in a higher tax bracket later on in retirement is huge. And that's really what we talk about with our clients every time we sit down and meet with them, is they're happy to pay that tax today at a lower rate when they see what 10, 15 years down the road looks like. You know, again, especially if it's I want to pass this money on to my kids and grandkids. Well, what better way to do it than tax-free, right? Because we don't know what tax bracket they're going to be in, what tax brackets even look like, so you can pass on a more, even a bigger legacy that's going to go further because you did proper tax planning up front.
And there's no surprises, right? You're going to sit down with your preparer and it's not going to be like, oh, you owe, or oh, we have this. Like, we've talked about it. We came up with the plan. We went over it with your CPA too. So when this filing happens, it's like smooth sailing and we're on to the next conversation for the next year.
Tax day celebration.
Exactly.
Yes. What strategies do you put into place to help make it less stressful for people?
Contribution strategies, as far as are we putting money in the right, in the right buckets, that tax-free bucket obviously being our favorite, doing conversions, looking at tax loss harvesting, making sure that we're using the most tax-efficient investments for the type of account that we're looking to invest these dollars into to generate that income. It can help save money in taxes on Social Security, can even help lower your overall premiums on health insurance too. So it's hard to say that there's a silver bullet. Everybody, we're looking at all of these different opportunities, what makes the most sense, and from year to year that's going to change as well.
Yeah, so tax planning in retirement can make a huge difference. Is there someone that you've helped along the way that really turned their dread of tax day into a situation that was way more of a celebration or less stressful?
Right.
Yeah, I've got tons of stories like that, people that we help all the time. I'm going to use a different story, though. Somebody that their mother passed on unexpectedly and inherited a fairly sizable amount of money that was in pre-tax money. And they have to take it out over 10 years, right? Well, the son who inherited it is married. They have a son as well, and she's going to medical school to become a doctor, a very specialized doctor. So in 3 years, her income is going to be substantially higher. So we're front end pulling a bunch of this money out, still keeping their effective tax rate like 13 to 14%. So that way, when she is out practicing, making $300,000 a year, they have to take this money. They're not forced into a higher tax bracket, right? So then we can plan on, okay, now that we're earning this money, how do we save our earnings better, because we don't have to worry about this bucket. And it was a substantial amount of money, a substantial amount of taxes if we would have just spread it out over time. And now they're going to get an extra, 3-4 years of tax-free growth that they've got full control over.
Yeah, so taxes are just one factor to consider when retirement planning. What are some other things that people need to consider?
Healthcare is a huge one, right? Like, what are things going to cost? We see a lot of times somebody makes it to Medicare age and somebody else being 65, but somebody else is like, well, my spouse just retired. I don't want to work for another 3 years, but maybe they're not 65 yet. So we need some type of gap coverage. So what does that premium look like? And also, income and taxes affect those numbers. So we have those conversations about all of health solutions. We offer that for our clients too. And also, when you think about income, is Social Security, right? So how does Social Security layer into all of this? Because that's additional income that could be taxed too. So it's going to hit you everywhere it possibly can.
And people worry about when to take it, correct?
I was just going to bring that up. Yeah, especially, like 2-3 year age gap isn't as big of a deal, but I've got a fair amount of clients that there's a 10-12 year age gap. So where that first client takes Social Security is going to drastically impact that second person, or vice versa if we lose one of them. What about long-term care? All of these other things, that's a big that's 10 or 12 years that if we have to go on marketplace, that's a long time, right? So controlling those taxes today, when to take Social Security and all those other pieces really go hand in hand. They have to have a successful plan.
Yeah, so if people are watching and they're wondering, what can I do to help lower my tax burden in retirement? What is your suggestion?
Easiest thing for you is to give us a call. Let's start and just have that conversation. We're going to talk about your dreams and goals and desires. Yes, we'll have you bring some statements in and we'll talk about that a little bit, but really we need to understand you to then talk about how does this impact everything else, from income to taxes to health, insurance, how and when to select or take Social Security. So we have this holistic viewpoint that we're offering for the first 5 callers.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're in or near retirement, don't let taxes eat away at your savings. And Laurel, Taylor, and the rest of the team will help you create a smart tax strategy so you can look forward to tax season instead of dreading it. And so they will sit down with you and personally customize an enhanced retirement plan. This is a comprehensive plan that includes a look at your investments, your income sources, taxes, and so much more to help you get to and through the retirement you deserve. So reserve one of those spots now. Call 800-536-8907. And don't wait, because this is your chance to turn tax day into the best day.
There you go. I love it.
Best day, but a very good one.
Talk. I mean, it sounds like a dream.
Right.
You can make it happen. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
This segment is sponsored by Mattson Financial Services. We'll be right back.